Here we go. Ready for some cooking? Hello. Tonight I'm going to make a quick video on how to make bone broth. People keep asking me. Well, this is how I make my bone broth. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. I start with a bag of bones. And these are just leftover bones from stuff I've been eating for this past month or so. Sometimes I'll buy bones and roast them in the oven and add to it. But today we're just going to use the bones I had in the freezer. These are stored up. I'm going to go ahead and dump them in the crock pot here. So that's what we start with. Then I need to take that trash out. I've got a, this is, what is this? 4 cups of, I'm going to start with 4 cups. I'm going to add to this. 4 cups of warm water. And I use this, this is bone broth. It's powdered. It's made by Jaro Formulas. And I use a couple scoops of this just for flavor. Just to add some flavor to it. So it's kind of like cheating, but oh well. So there's the 2 scoops of that I'm going to use. Another thing I'm going to add. I don't really need to, but I'm going to. A little bit of the collagen powder, protein powder. Just 1 scoop. We're going to get the collagen out of the bones, but this will kind of enhance it. Now, I'll stir this in. We're going to end up adding a little bit more water. I'm going to go ahead and add the stuff to this before I pour it in. Just a good old Redmond's real salt, sea salt. A few twists of that. This is almost done. This is red wine vinegar. So I'm just going to put a little of that in there. It just sort of helps break it down, the bone. And a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So that's that. And as you can see, I'm not measuring, as usual. But that's pretty much my formula. Whoa, I'm spilling it. This thing's a little full. See in there? I'm going to add more water to cover up the bones. And this is double filtered. This is one of those Berkey water filters, and I use the filtered water from the refrigerator and I pour it in this so it's double filtered. So here's 4 more cups, but I'm just going to keep adding until it covers the bones. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to do another half, so 2 more cups. A little more than half. Well, that's about half. All right, so that covers them, as you can see. And I have some leftover like grease and stuff from trying to remember what this was from. Now I can't even remember. I save everything. I'll just put a little bit of that in there. I just kind of throw everything left over into this kind of, well, not everything. So there you pretty much have it. It's on, it's set on low. And I'm just gonna put this lid on it and let it go. It is Monday, like we're 6:28, so let's call that 6:30. I'm gonna go at least 48 hours maybe. It's usually what I do. So Wednesday, 6:30-ish. And I'll be back then. We're gonna put you on hold till Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday and it's 8:30. I turned this off a little while ago, about an hour ago actually. So it's not boiling anymore and I can actually touch it because this thing gets hot. So here's what it looks like. This is it's got the layer of fat on top. Let's see if I can stir it for you. So you can see the fat, maybe. But I didn't add a lot of water to it this time. So it's not very deep. And I have my handy dandy mason jars for storage. I have a measuring cup. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to pick the bones out and then ladle it into here and then pour it into the jars. And that's the process, pretty much. I guess I can let you watch. It's not that exciting, but I'm going to put you over here because I got to dump the bones in the trash. So I'll pull the bowl out. Put it there. Can you see? Some nice bones. I'd like to gnaw on them, but I'm not going to. If I had a dog, I'd give them to the dog. A couple times I took the bones outside, dumped them in the weeds. Then I'd find them in weird spots around the property. Found a couple of them on my front walkway. I don't know how I got around there. Some animals dragging it around. Okay, some of these bones, when I throw these in here, they still have meat on them. So I'm going to try to get all that off. Oh, they're crumbly. Maybe I'll get the obvious bones first. I've got some, these are like rib bones. Regular ribs, and then I have those like the short rib bones. They're like flat. Those are in here too. There's some meat. See, I leave the meat in there and I just put that in with the broth, so I have little chunks. It makes like a kind of a meal in one. This is tedious. There's a lot of little like fragments. Because after 48 hours, these bones kind of start falling apart. I think I got it. Everything else that's in there is Well, if something else comes up, I'll sort it out later. Get the first jar ready. Another thing I can do, because normally, see, I didn't strain the fat off or anything. I love the fat. But the fact that it's not diluted here, I can always, like when I reheat it, when I put it in a mug, I can always add water to it to thin it out and stretch it out a little bit further. But this way it'll be nice and thick when I go to, you know, when it cools. Because my goal is to get it to gel. Oh, there's a piece of bone that I missed. Which doesn't really matter, because by the time they get that small, they're pretty crumbly. So I usually end up just chewing them up. Good source of calcium. Number 3, I think I can get 4 of them out of that. Normally get around 6-ish. Pour this straight in there. Ooh, there's a bunch of bones down there. I'm gonna take one of these earlier ones and put some meat chunks in there. There we go. Got my lids. And that stuff's still hot. I'm surprised how hot it still is. Whoa, it's like really hot. Liquid gold. You can see the layer of fat on top. That luscious fat. Voila! Bone broth. That's it. Okay. I thought I'd do a follow-up. This has been in the fridge all night. I poured myself a cup. I heated it up for like 60 seconds. So it's nice and warm. And I'll just take a taste test for the end of the video. Oh, that's good. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Until then, delicious.